Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to my channel and another Pride Creator Sim. So a couple of years ago now, I actually did a Creator Sim in The Sims 4 to celebrate Pride and also to give you lot the chance to ask me some questions about my sexuality, my coming out, the LGBT community and Pride as a whole. It has since been one of my most popular videos and honestly one of my favorites to still go back and check through comments and talk to people on. It's a really important video for both myself and also on my channel and interacting with you guys. So I thought I would follow it up with a part 2 in the year of 2019. So happy Pride to you all. I hope you're all having a great June. And we're just gonna hop right into the questions. So the biggest question that I unfortunately got, and I say unfortunately because my heart breaks whenever I see this question or people questioning about it, and it's how do you come out to someone in your life who is homophobic or who you believe to be homophobic? And I just want to say to all of you who are facing this, I just want to say that my heart goes out to you and I love you for exactly who you are, and I hope that one day this person or these people who you're worried about coming out to can also say that, because you are wonderful and I'm so glad that you aren't letting that stop you from being exactly who you are. However, with that being said, I am the person who will always promote your safety first. And I know that's not what some of you want to hear. Some of you want to hear, you should come out and they'll accept you, they're your family. That is not always the case. And I think above anything else, when it comes to coming out, I think you should put your safety above anything, because if these people react in the way that you think they are going to react, you could put yourself in serious danger, and I truly do not want that, especially for those of you who are younger, who aren't yet independent and who aren't yet ready to take care of yourselves. Please do not put yourself in the position of maybe losing your home, maybe losing your family. Just please take care of yourself first. Be selfish. I know it's hard when you know your sexuality and you want to be out and proud about it, but your time will come. I can assure you. You will one day find friends who will become your family and they'll support you no matter what. But if today isn't that time, please don't rush your circumstances. Please don't be in a rush to out yourself. Keeping with the theme of coming out, quite a lot of you guys were asking me when's the best time to come out, how do I come out, and honestly, I feel like coming out is such a personal experience and it really depends on how you're feeling, how comfortable you are, and no one can really tell you the perfect time to come out because it is literally different for everyone. Everyone has a completely different circumstance. Everyone has a completely different story. So unfortunately, there's no way for me to say, by this age, you should be out, because this thing doesn't have a sticker on it. We don't get instructions when we know our sexuality. We don't get instructions emailed to us or sent in the post that has bullet notes of you should say this then and you should do this then. And I wish it were that simple. I wish you could just have a checklist that would mean people would accept you and you'd be absolutely fine and dandy and it'd be great. I personally randomly came out after I had been on a very first date with the very first girl that I had gone on an official date with. Like, that's my own story, and that doesn't happen for everyone. So I unfortunately cannot give you guys the perfect solution of when you should come out and when you should tell your friends and when you should tell your family. Some people come out when they're really young. Some people don't even have to come out. They just kind of grow up with these feelings and everyone knows about them. And some people don't come out until they're in their 50s or 60s or even later in life. There is no wrong time and there is no right time, which doesn't help at all. But honestly, your story is your own. And kind of following that on, but like a different kind of standpoint, someone asked, what advice would you give on working out your sexual identity and coming to terms with that? Again, this is all your own. Do it all on your own terms. If you want to sit and think it over for 5 years, that's absolutely fine. If you wake up and you're suddenly like, oh, all these feelings make sense, then that's great. But again, there is no time limit or time frame. I firmly believe that sexuality is a spectrum, and sometimes that might change. One year you might identify as one sexuality, the next your feelings might have changed and you might feel as if you fit in better with a different label. You shouldn't force yourself to feel something that you aren't feeling. Even if you've come out and you've told everyone, it's okay to change your mind when it comes to sexuality. So those are my thoughts on it. The next question, which is always an interesting topic once Pride Month rolls around, is how do you feel about the way companies use Pride Month to market their products to the community? So this is something that we see all the time. We will see vodka companies or clothing brands or shoe brands that will just slap a rainbow logo on it, and we'll all fall for it because we love wearing rainbows. At least I personally love wearing rainbows. So you see this an awful lot. And I will say, I think we should actually source out LGBTQ plus creators before we go for those brand offers. And what I mean by that is there are so many people in our community who create merchandise, who create art, who create just incredible things. We are a very creative and a very diverse community, and therefore I think our focus during Pride Month, when maybe we have a little bit extra money to spend and we want to be spending on rainbow merchandise, I think we should be looking for the creators first, who create items that you would want and who are also part of the community. I think that should be our first call when it comes to this stuff. And then secondly, I think as long as that brand, see, it annoys me when a brand is some of the proceeds will go to this charity. I know some brands who fully support the charity, 100% of the profits. So not all the money, but the profits that they make off that item will go to a charity that supports the LGBTQ plus community, which I think is great. I mean, I do still think we should support LGBTQ plus creators first and foremost, and then we look for those brands who are fully supporting the community, or if they've had a long history of being very open and outspoken and producing products that actually help us. If they have a good history of supporting our community, then I say, okay, you know what, go support them. However, if they are literally just doing it to hop on the hype train and get profits off us, it's pretty much a form of queer baiting. I feel like they're using us to make money. I think you guys deserve better than that, to be honest. So that would be my advice to you all this Pride Month. Don't support a company that doesn't support you. And this video is also to do with Pride Month in general, and quite a lot of you guys were actually asking about my Pride experiences and what Pride is like. I have only ever been to one Pride, and that was Manchester Pride, and I didn't go to the parade. I don't really like the parades. Again, I feel like it kind of follows on from the last question, and I think it's just a lot of brands using LGBTQ plus people to promote things. So the parades, I'm kind of like, they're cool and all, especially to support local creatives, especially like local drag queens, because it does give them a spotlight, which I think is very, very important. So I do think Pride parades can be an amazing thing. Like I said, I have only ever been to one Pride, and it was on Canal Street in Manchester. It was actually pretty much just the same as Canal Street is every single day of the year. I'm very lucky to live very close to Manchester and have a city that does promote equality and diversity so much. I mean, Pride was fun, but it's a lot of drinking, it's a lot of alcohol, and it's a lot of binge drinking, which are rife in the LGBT community at the moment. So, I mean, Pride is fun and all, but please just remember to take care of yourselves and take care of your friends. I would personally never go alone to a Pride event, just because I feel as if you have more fun if you are with a group of people. Although, having said that, Pride is a great place to actually meet people in your local area who you might not have ever met before, especially if you guys are looking for friends in the community. So if you do want to go alone, then that's absolutely a-okay, and it is a really nice place to get to know people. I also want to say that I don't support what Manchester are doing this year, where they've pretty much promoted it as a music festival, so it's less about celebrating the community and celebrating Pride and also what Pride has also stood for, but it's just a chance for people to go watch Ariana Grande perform. And on a personal level, I don't believe that she should be playing Pride. I know that she's doing it to be an ally and because she has like this major respect for Manchester after everything that happened, but from a personal perspective, she's playing for another crowd who are very discriminated against and still have violence used against them for being exactly who they are. And personally, that just doesn't sit right with me after everything that happened with her concert. So I don't agree with how Pride is being run this year, because it's pretty much just a money-making scheme. There was a really important topic that a few of you were asking about that I definitely wanted to include in this Q&A, because I think it's super important for us to discuss this and discuss our stance on the issues within the community. So a lot of you were asking how I feel about Arrow and Ace people being part of the community, and also people who don't believe that they should be part of the community. To the second part of that question, I think it's absolute bull crap. I think you Arrow and Ace people definitely deserve to be here. You guys are amazing, and hey, if you add more colour and more diversity to this wonderful community, then I am all for it. I don't think the community should be gatekeeping. I hate that there's this, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but there seems to be these levels of people trying to keep people out of the community or tell them where they belong in the community, or that, say, a bi person who is currently in a straight passing relationship saying that they shouldn't be allowed in Pride. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the mindset of those people. If you are Arrow or you are Ace and you are watching this video now, I think you thoroughly belong here, and I hope that one day the rest of the community sees how wonderful you are. I was asked about my favorite thing about being part of the LGBTQ plus community, which I love this question because it just focuses on positivity, and I'm all about that. So my favorite thing since coming out has just been extending my friendship groups and being part of a big happy family. Not always happy, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's arguments within the community and important topics that still need to be raised, but the amount of people that I have met through coming out is just crazy to me, and I get to promote that on my channel. I feel like I'm doing something important. I feel like I'm doing something that helps, and honestly, that is the most important thing to me. I always want my channel to be an inclusive space for all, and when you guys comment that this channel is your safe space and you truly feel like you can be who you are, even if you can't be it in real life yet or amongst your friends and family, you feel it when you are watching my sim series, or we're having topics like this, or you tune into a live stream. And that's honestly the best bit about this community, is how open and how loving and how supportive and how inclusive it all is, and how we are trying to better ourselves every single day. It's such an amazing feeling, and I love you guys. This pretty much rounds up this video. You guys asked way more questions. If I didn't answer your question in this, then it's likely I'll probably have a video up very, very soon about the question that you asked. I know a lot of you were asking what my favorite representation is in the media, and like who are my favorite ships right now, so I'm definitely gonna have a video up about that. And I'm also going to have a video up about bettering representation in The Sims 4, and they will both be uploaded the following Sundays, so keep an eye out for those. If I didn't get to your question in this video, I'm sorry. I just didn't want it to be like 40 minutes long because so many of you asked questions, and I will try my best to reply to all of you wherever you left the question, be it on my Twitter or be it on my YouTube page. So thank you all so much for your queries. I don't know why I said it like that. It was meant to be a pun, okay? I hope you laughed. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope I answered these questions the way that you wanted me to. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I hope you guys have a very happy and a very safe Pride Month. If you are going to a Pride festival, enjoy it, my lovelies. I'm sure you will have the best time ever. And if you have any other questions that you want to ask me, leave them down below and I will try and get back to you all. Or if you just want to open up and tell your own story, then very much feel free, because I want this channel to be your safe space. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. Bye!